Welcome to a brand new video. We are finally back with some more Premier League predictions, guys. That is right. Today we are predicting Premier League Game Week 22. So yes then, man, we've had a week off due to the cup games and stuff like that, but we are finally back, guys. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. And today I'm going to break down all the news, all the transfer news, all the updated positions, and also the predictions. So share the video, guys, with your friends and family. Without further ado, let's get straight in with today's video and predict Premier League Game Week 22. First up, we have Forest versus Arsenal. That is right, man. Forest lost 3-2 to Brentford at the weekend, okay? Forest have been charged with financial fair play rules, man. So yeah, so Forest could find themselves in a 10-point deduction. We'll see what happens with it, but so far they've been charged and we are yet to hear what is next to happen, so we'll find out super soon. Anyway, after their game against Brentford, they complained about Ivan Toney's free kick, okay? So yes, I see why they are a little bit angry, but you know what? If the ref didn't see it, guys, it all counts, okay? To be fair, I didn't see anything wrong with it. They sit in 16th place, only 4 points above the relegation zone. So are they in trouble? Who knows, man. Forest, guys, do have a very injury hit squad right now, and obviously some players off to the AFCON Cup as well. So you know what? Forest squad is at bare minimum right now, but I don't really care because I'm a Leicester fan. But anyway, they're up against Arsenal, who beat Crystal Palace 5-0. Fantastic win, and also great for the goal difference, because you know what, guys, the league could come down to goal difference by the last game of the season. And you know what, that is how tight the Premier League is, man. It could come down to goal difference. So yeah, 5-0 win, very good result. Martinelli, guys, is back on the score sheet, okay? This season he has been very hit and miss, okay? So to have him scoring goals again is a great from an Arsenal perspective. I do have Arsenal to win this game. That is why I got Arsenal to beat Forest 2-0. Next up, we have Fulham versus Everton. Fulham's last game, they lost 1-0 to Chelsea. They currently right now sit in 13th place on 24 points. 8 points clear from the drop zone. I do believe right now, though, Fulham are safe for this season. Everton's last game, they drew 0-0 to Aston Villa. Fantastic point against a very good Villa side. But they only sit 1 point, guys. That's right, 1 point clear above the relegation zone. And guess what? Just like Forest, guys, they have been hit with another charge. The similar charge that got them the first time. So you know what? Everton could yet also be deducted points, and that will just put a spanner in the season for Everton, man. But we'll see what happens, guys. There's no news yet, like I say, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. On a real note though, guys, I do feel like the FIFA are picking on the smaller clubs, okay? You know what, they've obviously Man City have been charged with 115 breaches, okay, and we've not heard anything from that one. And I don't know, FIFA needs to sit down and realise the top 6 also need looking at. Fulham are a very good side this season, so that's why I've gone for Fulham win. I've got Fulham to beat Everton 1-0. Next up, we have Luton versus Brighton. That is right, man. Luton drew 1-0 to their relegation rivals Burnley. To be fair though, a very good point for both sides, okay? They sit 1 point away from getting out of the relegation zone. And you know what? I believe Luton can actually survive this season. You know what? I'm praying they do, because you say I do like Luton and they deserve to stay up this season. We'll see what happens though. But you know what? I'm rooting for Luton Town, man. I think most of us are as well. I'll say it again, and I'll say it for the last time this season. Southgate needs to look at Ross Barkley, man. He has been on fire this season, okay? And you know what? I believe he deserves an England call-up, man. It's been so long. He's 30 years old now. You know what? He's still fairly young, okay? And you know what? This season he has really impressed, and Southgate should be looking at him. Brighton's last game, they drew 0-0 to Wolves, okay? Very good point for Brighton right there. That result puts them in 7th place, guys. That is right, they're in the Europa League spot, okay, and that is where Brighton deserve to be. So can they keep hold of the top 7? We shall find out. But unfortunately, guys, I do think Brighton will win this game. That's why I got Brighton to beat Luton 2-1. Next up, we have Palace versus Sheffield. Palace, man, lost 5-0 to their London rivals Arsenal last week, okay. Very poor game for them, to be fair. This statement, man, is quite a big statement, so listen to this, man. So yeah, so I see everywhere online of football fans saying, what is the point of Crystal Palace? They just sit mid-table all the time and do not win trophies. And you know what? It's kind of hard to say, but it's true. It is true, man. What is the point of Palace? They are just there in the Premier League, minding their own business and just literally there, mid-table all the time. It's just crazy, but yeah, you know what? People say it and it is so, so true, man. To back up that statement, okay, on screen right now, you see Crystal Palace fans holding up a banner to Roy Hodgson, okay. You can read what it says on a screen, and yeah, man, it is so true, man, what they're saying. And to be fair, it is wasted talent. But you know what? Palace, man, they're there, guys. You know, they are still somehow in the Premier League. Sheffield's last game, they drew 2-2 to West Ham. New signing, Brighton, scored on his debut, guys. So you know what? He could become crucial to Sheffield's survival hopes. But unfortunately, though, guys, they sit 7 points on safety. So you know what? They've got a lot of work to do, and I don't know. I think it might be just a little bit too late for Sheffield. The way Palace are right now, I do have this game, guys, to end as a draw. That is why I got Palace versus Sheffield to end as a 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Villa versus Newcastle. Villa's last game, they drew 0-0 to Everton. They currently sit in 4th place, only 5 points away from leaders. But I will be real with you, Aston Villa fans, okay. I do believe your title hopes are finished, okay. You know, Liverpool are on fire right now, and that draw against Everton will set you back a little bit. So you know what, I believe the chances of the title is officially over. But you know what, you can all be proud of a great season for Villa. Whatever happens now, they've done very well. They're up against Newcastle, who lost 3-2 to Man City. They are now on a 4-game Premier League losing streak, okay, and they're right now sitting 10th place mid-table. Very poor season, I have to say, okay, and it could get a hell of a lot worse right now. Obviously, Newcastle keep turning bids down from Bayern Munich for Kieran Trippier, okay, and yes, they've turned a lot of money down for Trippier, but you know what? You have to look at the bigger picture, man. He's 33 years old, okay. Yes, still a very good player, but to get £30 million for him would be a very good bargain. So you know what? Will Trippier stay? We shall find out. Also, bad news, Joelinton, their Brazilian. This guy has literally turned his career around to be one of Newcastle's favourite players, okay? Yeah, Joelinton could be out for 2 months due to an injury. So you know what? It's not looking good for Newcastle, man. They could be in trouble. So just that alone, Newcastle on some dreadful form right now, so that's why I've got Villa to beat Newcastle 2-1. Next up, we have Man City versus Burnley. 2 old friends are going head to head. That is right, man. Man City beat Newcastle 3-2, okay. Man City were losing 2-1, okay. Pep decides to bring on De Bruyne, scores a goal by just passing the ball into the net, okay, and he also set up the winner. What a player, man, to bring back. And yeah, so basically, guys, De Bruyne won on that game. But you know what? To have De Bruyne back will be a massive confidence boost. They do currently right now sit in 2nd place, but they are 5 points away from leaders Liverpool, okay. But to have the best midfielder back in their squad, that is right, guys. De Bruyne is the best midfielder in the world on his day. That'll be a massive, massive boost. Burnley, guys, drew 1-1 to their relegation rivals Luton Town. Very good point indeed. They currently right now sit 5 points in the relegation, so to be fair, I can't see them getting anything out of this game either, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this game will be very, very tough. That is why I've gone for Man City win, guys. That's why I've got Man City to beat Burnley 3-0. Next up we have Spurs versus Brentford. Spurs last game they drew 2-2 to Man United. Fairly decent point and a fairly good game from their new signing Timo Werner. They sit in 5th place, 3 points away from a Champions League spot. Can Spurs get the top 4 they need, or will they fail? Let me know down below in the comments. Can Spurs sneak in to the top 4? Maddison is back in training, guys, and that will be a massive boost for their season, because before Maddison got injured, they were on fire. Brentford last game, they beat Forest 3-2. A very good win, considering they've been on a massive losing streak recently. They welcomed back their main star, Tony, and he scored on his game back by a free kick. But the big question is though, guys, will he stay this season or will he go next season? I say the comments he made last week, it makes me feel like he's going to leave this year, but we shall find out what happens. That win ended a 6-game losing streak, so they now sit in 14th place. But I do have Spurs, guys. That's why I've got Spurs to beat Brentford 2-1. Next up, this could be game of the week. It is Liverpool versus Chelsea. Liverpool beat Bournemouth 4-0. So then, guys, you've seen the background change, okay, because I'm filming this the day after I'm editing this video, okay. So yes then, you see on the news right now, Klopp is leaving Liverpool at the end of this season, man. That is right. To be fair, he's had a great interview. He's told his reason about being out of energy, and you know what? It's fair play to him, man. So now I 100% want Liverpool to win the league this year to round off, you know, a successful managing career at Liverpool. So yes then, Klopp has been a magnificent, you know, manager for Liverpool, and to be fair, Liverpool might find it hard now to replace him, but we'll see what happens. But like I say, Klopp is leaving at the end of this season, and maybe we'll see him managing England in the near future. Let's hope so, man. But anyway, back to the real green screen. They now sit 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Chelsea's last game, they beat Fulham 1-0. They are now on a 3-game Premier League winning streak. So Pochettino is slowly turning this side into a very good Chelsea team. After uncertainty from the camp in recent years, obviously managers, players, he has finally got them playing to the way they should be playing. But they'll have to be on top form if they want to beat a very good Liverpool side. Well, I've gone for Liverpool, and I've gone for Liverpool to beat Chelsea 2-0. Next up we have West Ham versus Bournemouth. West Ham drew 2-2 to Sheffield at the weekend. They currently right now sit in 6th place and yet again fighting for that Europa League spot. The last 5 games they have won 3, drew 2. So you know what? Form is not bad at all, but they do lack a striker, okay. I believe they need to get a striker in this transfer window. But you've seen online right now, they're about to sign Calvin Phillips from Manchester City, man. You know what? Yes, he gets a bit of stick, Calvin Phillips, but he's a very good player on his day. And you know what? He could literally be their like B-Tech Declan Rice, if you must say. You know, good player, and he will boost that midfield for West Ham. But to be fair, West Ham don't need a midfielder. They need a striker, and I don't know, man. Bournemouth lost 4-0 to Liverpool. They went on a massive and fantastic 7-game unbeaten streak, okay, but that ended in 2 losses now. But to be fair to them, the losses came from Spurs and Liverpool. So you know what? Bournemouth can be proud of their season so far. I believe they are safe for this year, and they can just sort of push on and see how high they can finish. So just on that alone, and obviously West Ham don't really have a striker, I do have this game to be a very, you know, average game. That's why I got this game, guys, to end as a 1-1 draw. We are down to the last game of this week. It is Wolves versus Man United. Wolves drew 0-0 to Brighton last week, so you know what, a fairly good point for Wolves right there. They're currently right now sitting in 11th place, okay, in the last 4 games, they have won 3 and drew 1. So you know what? Their form-wise, it's not bad also. But if Wolves can somehow pull off this fantastic win, they will literally, depends on other results as well, but if the results go their way and Wolves beat Man United, they can literally end up in 8th place, man. So you know what? They could overtake Man United just by winning this game. So you know what? Wolves will want to win this one. Man United last game, they drew 2-2 to Spurs. They're currently right now again sitting 8th place, but they need to win this game because, like I say, if they lose this game, they could see themselves dropping down that table. I don't think Man United will get a top 4 finish this season, but most importantly though, they need this Europa League spot because obviously Man United are a big side, and to go without any European football next season will hurt them financially. So they need to secure a top 7 finish as soon as possible, really. Obviously, Wolves, man, they're a good side this season since Gary O'Neill took over. So I've got this game to end as a very exciting draw. That's why I've got this game to end as a 2-2 draw. And there we have it, guys. That is my Premier League Game Week 22 predictions, man. I've gone through quite a bit with you today, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, like I say, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, man, the season is off and running again. There's quite a few games coming up, so stick around on the channel to see more videos like this. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Let's roll on the Premier League Game Week 22, and I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Good night.